Hello, everyone. Thank you for spending some time with me or letting me spend some time with you, as the case may be. I really wasn't sure I was going to do a video today because it's Christmas. And I know many of you are busy, but I also know a lot of the people who listen to me don't celebrate Christmas for various reasons. And I want those folks to know it's over. It's okay. Breathe. It's all right. You survived. Take a breath. Breathe. For everybody who had to deal with all of the office Christmas parties and all of the trappings that go with that when you work among people who just go nuts over Christmas, it's over. Breathe. You have a few months to relax, but don't relax too much. Don't relax too much, because I'm going to tell you that the weeks leading up to Christmas is not the time to preach your beliefs, whatever they may be, about the people who celebrate Christmas. You do that after it's all over, not the day after. A couple weeks from now, you can start. It's okay. I read something the other day, and it was on our local news this morning, believe it or not, that more and more people are, I shouldn't say it that way. The way they portrayed it is more and more people are celebrating secular Christmas traditions. And later they get to the fewer and fewer people are celebrating the religious Christmas traditions. And I have to stop and wonder if that's not a good thing. And for everybody out there who's just, oh, what did you just say? It's okay. Breathe, take a breath, and let me explain. Okay? We know that December 25th is not the birth of Yeshua, Jesus. It's just not. Nobody in their right mind would say that is definitely the day. We know it for sure. We have video evidence. Nobody's going to say that. Now, there are people who say, oh, he was born in the spring, and I can't go along with that. There are people who are going to say, oh, he was born in the fall. That's a lot closer. Okay? Chances are, with all of the clues that we have in the Bible, and by the way, if you read any of the books available at authorjerrymitchell.com, you'll see it. You'll see it laid out there. But people are always get so upset, so defensive. Oh, it has to be. It has to be. It has to be. No, it doesn't have to be. There are a few things in this world that have to be. But Jesus born on December 25th is not one of them. So what do we do? What do we do? Well, we live by example. We teach by example. We live by the example that he gives to us. We teach by that example. We don't have to preach at people. We simply have to live the way we are designed to live. Nowhere in the Bible does, not anywhere are you going to find, oh, by the way, you will celebrate my birthday. It's not there. It's not there. What is there is do not worship the way of the pagan. It's repeated over and over and over. What is Christmas? Where do these traditions come from? Even Pat Robertson, he passed away a year or two ago, and even he admits that the Christmas traditions that we have, even in the church, the modern Christian church, all, let me say this again, all have pagan origins. Completely pagan holiday. I said years ago, the pagans want their holiday back, and it looks like they're getting it. It looks like they're getting it. So is it a bad thing? Should believers, whether, and I got to be careful how I say this, whether you accept Yeshua as Messiah or not, should you really choose to die on the hill that Jesus was born on December 25th? I wouldn't. I don't. Here's the other side of the coin. If all of our Christmas traditions have pagan origins, why would believers have anything to do with them? That's not how we're designed to live. Remember, do not worship the way of the pagans. So our example should be, if you want to do this, you go right ahead. You go right ahead and you celebrate Christmas. You do whatever you want to do. I'm not. You want me to come to your party? I'll come. I'll have fun with friends, but don't expect me to bring gifts. Don't expect me to take part in your less than holy traditions. Did I say that pleasantly enough for you? We can hammer paganism into somebody and they will get more and more resentful, right? But if we approach it properly throughout the year, don't just wait until, Thanksgiving, November, to start hammering people on their Christmas traditions. If they're going to accept it, they need to accept it long before that. Because it's very, very easy to get caught up in all of the trappings. You walk into all these stores and what's for sale? It's just there. It's in front of you all the time. I'll admit, I walk into stores, starting in October, November, and, the decorations are beautiful and all the lights and all the things, and it's pretty. It's pretty. Used to be a lot more captivating than it is now, but I look at it and go, ain't that nice? Oh, that's wonderful. And then I think to myself, why? Why? Little bit of a tangent, short rabbit trail. The area I used to live in had a lot of shopping venues. Let's just put it that way. You could go get a lot of the things that people were trying to sell you. Whatever you might not want. Okay. Other than grocery stores and some clothing stores, there were things there that you could buy that I would just look at them and say, why? And those are the things that people gift each other for a pagan holiday. Why? Why do we do that? Why is it so important to give somebody we don't really think that much of a trinket? Because that's basically what it amounts to, right? I told our grandchildren a long time ago, do you want me to make you wait for a holiday to give you something I think you're going to enjoy? Or would you rather have it when I want to give it to you? Right? Would you rather someone have something you want to give them when you want to give it to them? Why wait for a holiday? Husbands, I'm kind of talking to you because a lot of you don't pay attention to birthdays, anniversaries, and all those special days. If you find something that special person wants, and they're going to enjoy it, they're going to think that you are the greatest thing since sliced bread if you give it to them. Why wait? Why wait? I don't know how many times I have heard the same tale over and over a spouse or a parent passes away and they're cleaning the house out and they find in the back of the closet a wrapped gift. And it was for them, and they knew they were going to wait until whatever holiday or birthday came around. And the person who was going to give the gift never had the opportunity to see the person receiving the gift enjoy it. They never saw the response on their face as they opened it. Why wait? Life is uncertain. Life is short. If you have something or you want to give somebody something that you know they're going to enjoy, why wait? Why wait? Especially if you are a believer in the Almighty and our Creator. Don't you want to pass that love along just as God passes his love along for us? Why wait? Don't wait. Don't wait. Be the example. Give somebody what you want them to have just because you want them to have it. Just because you think they're going to enjoy it. I do that with Myra, not as often as I probably should, but I do it. And then, when these man-made traditional holidays roll around, doesn't make any difference to us. It's just, I don't want to say it's just another day because, I enjoy the sales. I take advantage of them, and I've explained that in previous podcasts. Take advantage of what you want to take advantage of. And if giving someone something that is going to make their day, going to make their week, going to make their life, why wait? If you show that example to the people who make their kids wait for Santa Claus, they're going to think, well, that would have made a really good Christmas present. Why'd you give it to them now? Because I wanted them to have it. I wanted to see the look on their face. I wanted them to enjoy it. Why make them wait? Christians especially have done everything they can in recent years to include the pagan traditions into what they consider a religious celebration of worship. You see Santa Claus at the manger, you see Frosty and Snowman standing next to the wise men at the manger. It doesn't matter how much pagan you incorporate with the holy, it defiles the holy. Don't do it. Don't do it. And when they see people who maybe don't hang Christmas lights, why is that house the only house that's dark on the block? Well, because this house is the house on the block that, well, I shouldn't say that where we live now because we don't have blocks here. There's a lot of houses on this road that don't hang Christmas lights. There's a lot of houses here where you don't see Christmas trees. Not because they're Jewish or because they're some religious reason. They just don't. Thankfully, it hasn't become part of the world we live on in this particular neighborhood, in this community. A lot of places do. A lot of places do. And that's what you want to do. You go do it. I don't need to be part of it. And if you are a real, honest person who is trying to live the way you're designed to live, you don't want anything to do with it either. Like I said, I wasn't real sure I was going to do a podcast like this today. Christmas. Not a lot of you are going to listen to it, but some of you will. And some of you are really going to have something to think about until next time. Until then, I do wish you many, many blessings, everyone.